Hi guys, welcome back to Thanks for Not Dying.
Hello.
Hi everyone. This is my daughter Taylor and my twin sister Jen.
Yep.
I'm Robin. We're here talking about my journey of mental health, and I had 2 suicide attempts in the past year, within 6 months. So, our last episode we ended with kind of going into our my second attempt. So we're going to kind of talk about that and just all about mental health and taking care of yourselves. So
Yeah.
okay.
So I think last time we kind of picked up when I had called you the Friday before your second attempt, and I was talking about how it was hard for me. You were saying you had no emotions, you didn't care about anything. Do you remember anything from that time?
I don't remember saying any of that at all.
So that was a Friday, and then Jen left. When did you leave?
I left, it was April 28th.
That day. That was that morning, right?
Well, the night before, I went to a hotel and stayed real close to the airport.
Yeah.
But I remember you were so scared. Like, you knew Mike was going to be going on a work trip.
It was your first time by yourself since
the first attempt.
Yeah, since before the first attempt.
So this was the first attempt was in November, and now we're talking about April, the day before my second attempt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was riding. I got a ride with the lake neighbors, to go to the hotel, and they knew all the way there. It was pretty much a 45-minute drive, and all the way there, I was telling them how worried I was about your mental state at that time, because you were just so nervous. And even Mike had called me that morning because I had second thoughts about not going on my trip. And he was like, Jen, you go. You have to go. She's going to be fine. And you even said to go. Like, you were still just very, very nervous. But so, I mean, it's like you overthink it. And then sometimes I wish I would have overthought it even more, because we don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But yeah, so I remember talking to Molly and Carmen when they were driving me to the hotel where we were staying before, with Cindy and all them, for the work trip. We were going to Aruba, so we were all going to Aruba. It was supposed to be a really fun trip. It really wasn't work. It was just a fun trip that we all earned to go there. But they dropped me off and they said, we will make sure, we're going to keep checking in on your sister for you. And I was like, okay, that's great, And then I remember that morning, it was really early. Our flight was like at 6 a.m. in the morning. And you had texted me. I texted you, good morning, getting ready to take off. And you had answered back that time and that time only. But then when I landed at Atlanta, it was me, you, and Tay had a group text together. So you both had answered back, like you were like, hey, good morning, have fun. I remember you going through those texts with me.
Yeah, I actually looked back at texts.
And it was like, you seemed very normal, you seemed very happy, have so much fun, and and the text was saying that. So I felt good. But then when we got to Atlanta, we landed, and of course, the service is horrible sometimes, and you never text me back to say, anything. And I even text again, getting ready to take off. I'll text you guys when I land in Aruba. So when we landed in Aruba, of course, you have no service when you're on the plane. Mm-hmm. So when we landed, I'm expecting a text back from you. Right. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was even telling Stephanie, one of the girls that was sitting next to me, I was sitting first class for the first time ever. So it's just ironic of how horrible after that went. I was like, oh my God, I'm first class. Finally, this is fun. Yeah. And then we landed and no text came through. And I was telling Stephanie, I was kind of pissed because it was just more of like, why the hell would she not text me back? Yeah. This is so weird and rude, knowing how nervous we already were. Yeah. And then we were in the baggage claim area at the Aruba airport. And I had texted Tay. I was like, hey, I've been texting your mom. She's not texting me back. Is everything okay? And all Tay said was yes. And then she said, can you call me real quick? And I knew there was something off, but I wasn't really sure. And then I went into the restroom really quick, and then I had lost service again. So I was like, oh my God, I can't call her. I could not get to my phone to work. Mm-hmm. So then she finally answered, and she had said, I'm going to cry again. Oh, no. It was horrible. But she said, yeah, my mom attempted again. And I'm like, what? I mean, I could not, I felt like I could not breathe. I had to bend over. I was crying. And Tay was saying, like, I wanted to leave. Like, I literally wanted to leave. I remember looking over at the 5 girls that were with us on the trip, you know, all happy and at the baggage claim area. And they're all looking at me like, what is going on? Because they knew. I mean, I fell onto the floor and I was just screaming, like, oh my God, I could not catch my breath. But yeah, so yeah, and Tay told me that, and I wanted to leave. Like, of course, I really wanted to go home. But then I'm like, there's no way I can stay in Aruba with knowing that you're going through what you're going through. And it wasn't even just for you to be there, it was to be there for Tay and Mike and my family as well, you know, trying to help them figure all this out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I remember not, you know, Cindy was saying she grabbed the phone from me to talk to Taylor.
Well, because I'm like, who's around you? You need to give somebody the phone that I can explain what was going on. Because at that moment, you couldn't process it at all. Yeah. You were having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Who did you talk to?
Cindy.
Yeah, what did you tell her?
I was just like, Cindy, make sure Jen knows she's okay. Like, she's alive. She's fine. I mean, she's not fine, but she's alive. Everything's fine. And there's nothing that you can do if you come here. You know, like, she needs to stay there, try to have fun, and it's probably impossible.
Oh, God.
But there's nothing that you could have done if you would have come home at all.
It was just,
There was nothing that we could even do.
right, and I didn't want to ruin the trip for the other girls either. So
Right.
I didn't want to be crying the whole time. So
Yeah.
you know, when we got to the Airbnb that we were staying at, I got out of the van with everybody and I'm looking around. They're all, like, you know, trying to comfort me. Thank God. They were all super sweet, helping me. But then I remember thinking, I don't want to ruin this trip for them either.
Yeah.
So I would literally be in my room when you know, there were like champagne there. We were trying to do champagne toast when we got there. And it was just the hardest thing to like fake being happy.
Oh, I bet.
It was awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all were so super supportive. There was 5 girls and I remember April, Cindy, and Stephanie all were like the ones I knew most. The other 2 girls I was just kind of getting to know, but they were, thank God for them because they seriously helped, like,
That's awesome.
check in on me and talk to me through it. I mean,
Right.
it was a 6-day thing in Aruba, and I knew you guys were going through hell at home. So it was just a mind thing, like, you really had to, it was awful, but yeah, it was. And I remember you calling at one point.
I called?
You did, and it was in the middle of the trip, and you're like, hey, how's it going? And I was like,
Yeah.
Really?
how do you want me to answer this?
Yeah.
You having fun? And I was like, no. Like,
Yeah, I don't have memory of
Yeah.
any of it at all. Yeah, I just know what you guys tell me of what happened. It's just a weird feeling not remembering something that traumatic. Yeah, but I paused. It's scary. Yeah.
yeah. And it was just weird because we knew your mind wasn't right, but yet, we have to continue living our lives too.
I just get that.
Trying to maneuver around it and figure it out. You just don't know what's going on. And Taylor, I think we handled it the best we could through the situation, but there was just no way of knowing that you would ever, you know, do that second attempt.
So from my perspective, like I said, I called you that Friday and kind of had like my own breakdown with you. And then Saturday, we had some friends over, and I was telling Kylie, I'm like, I'm just waiting for something to happen. Like, I just could feel it, right? Oh, yeah, like in my body. I'm like, something's gonna happen, I know it is.
Wow.
And I'm just waiting for it. Like, I was so scared. I'm like, I just know. And then Monday, Mike left for a work trip. Jen left Sunday night. And so I knew it was your first time by yourself, and we can see each other's locations. And that's also the day that you're allowed to drive. That was like, you could drive to the store between, like, what is it?
10 and 2. Yeah.
10 and 2. And I was trying to call you all morning, and your guys' service is so bad. And I couldn't get you on the phone, but then you would text me, and I'd be like, hey, I keep trying to call you. And you're like, oh, I'm not getting any calls. And I'm like, no. Because then you would call me back, but you would hang up. Like, before I would answer it, you would hang up the phone. And I'm like, she's just messing with me now. Like, you're trying to make it seem like you were trying to talk to me.
Right.
But you didn't want to. Like, you were avoiding talking to me on the phone.
Okay.
And then I was obviously calling Mike back and forth too, and Mike's driving, he's in meetings and stuff, and it was like 10, and I'm tracking you, you still haven't left the house. And I'm texting you, I'm like, hey, still trying to call you, like, seriously, from like 7 in the morning until like 11, and that's when, like, then you stopped answering me for a little bit. So then I called Mike and I'm like, hey, I like can't get a hold of my mom. Like I just don't have a good feeling. And I'm at home working and I have fits, so I can't just like rush up here,
Yeah.
you know, to see what's going on. So that was a helpless feeling too. And so then I'm like, can we please ask somebody to go check on her? Like somebody needs to go make sure that she's okay. So then that's when Mike called Carmen and asked if she could come check on you. And Carmen brought Molly down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brought Molly down here with her. And I'm like on the edge of my seat, like waiting for my phone. And then I'm like, Mike's taking forever to call me back. And I'm like calling him, like, did she go there yet? Like, what is going on? And he was like, she rang the doorbell, but nobody answered. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, I know she's there because I'm looking at her location. She's at home. So something's not right. She needs to like get in the house. So he gave them like your coat or whatever. And they came in and that's when they found you in your bedroom on the ground. You were unconscious, but they got you like up and to drink some water and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they called an ambulance. And then that's when Mike called me back again and told me this is what had happened. So then I called Nate's parents and had them come over to help with it so I could rush up here or wherever you were going. And then I eventually called Carmen too and just said thank you for coming to check on you and I made sure she was okay because I mean that's traumatic, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like, you know, your friend that hasn't, I mean, she's seen you upset, but that's like a whole different level.
Yeah.
You know, like she didn't know what she was walking into. So that was
No.
so like selfless of her to
Yeah,
do
that
that,
was
to come
very-
check in on you. So,
Mhm.
and then they were the ones that found that you wrote a note, like a handwritten note that just said like, love you.
Oh,
And
really?
you wrote another note in your phone too,
Okay.
again, this time.
When did you find that note on your phone?
I think when we were at the hospital, or Mike did. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It's hard to keep them straight. But I know Mike and I were in the waiting room because we couldn't come back and see you. But and then that was the other thing that's so frustrating. They're coming out to like get all this information and we're like, is she okay? They're like, we're not allowed to say. I'm like, what?
What?
Like, is she okay or not? And the nurse lady was like just shaking her head, like, because she was the nurse, she wasn't like legally allowed to tell us or something, I guess. But Mike and I are like, whoa, like, hello,
Oh my.
is she okay? And then, yeah. Do we want to talk about the other stuff we found at the house or no?
I don't know. What do you think?
That's up to you.
That's up to you. Well, I don't remember it, but yeah.
We can cut this out too.
Yeah, go ahead. We can do
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
necessary, I think, really.
And so then Mike and I were sitting in the waiting room and he got a picture from Craig, I think it was.
That's Jen's boyfriend.
Yeah, because Craig came over too because
A neighbor had told him.
a neighbor told him that there was an ambulance at Jen's sister's house. And Craig had found that you hung a noose from the kitchen. Sorry.
Yeah. And I did not know any of this.
I didn't want to tell Jen that because she's all the way in Aruba. And there was also so much like back and forth because you had hit your head. So we didn't.
Because she was drinking.
Because she was drinking, correct, and took medication. Yeah, tried to overdose again. But your head was like all banged up, and we didn't know what happened. Obviously, you don't remember.
No.
So we didn't know if you did try to like, you know, use the noose and you fell or something. We didn't know. So it was just a lot of trying to figure it out.
Actually, I think it was Molly that noticed the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's the one that tried to.
Unbelievable. I don't remember
And
anything.
then, yeah, that's what Craig was telling me. Was that so it was Carmen, Molly, and Craig on the house, and then somehow the police didn't even notice the news when.
Well, it was hanging, like, you know, those poles she has in the house in
Yeah.
the kitchen. Like, it was like touching the pole. Like,
Yes,
it wasn't just like hanging in an open room. Like, you
Right.
could, like, it
Walk
was
in and
sitting
like,
against the
see.
pole, kind of. Yeah, like you would. But that was just,
your heart pounding.
Yeah.
It's so
yeah, because then you just like, I think about like Mike too, and like, just thinking about if you would have actually done that, like Mike walking in on that.
Or any
anybody, like, it's just really difficult to process.
Yeah.
It's
It's very difficult. And I think Craig handled that really, really well with I know, that really upset Molly and Kermit. I'm sure. And of course Craig too, but he said they had, hug each other and, are you okay? And, I mean, I couldn't even imagine walking into that. And I'm glad you didn't tell me.
Yeah,
Until I got home.
because I called Craig right away and I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure like we're on the same page. We're not going to tell Jen. Well, we're going to tell her, but not right now. Like she doesn't. I think it would have just made it so much worse for you
I would have been.
to tell you that. And Craig was like, no, I totally agree. We're gonna, keep that from her for now. But then when Mike and I finally got to go back to see you, we were asking you about it, and you had said that you went to stand on the chair, like underneath it, and do it, and you were way too scared.
Really?
Which is good. I mean, that was good because then
Thank God.
that was just another, point to me of being like, I know that you don't want to die.
Right.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
You just want this pain to go away, and I think that's a main thing for. I mean, I'm not going to speak for other people, but I think that's like a main thing that I've heard people that have depression say, like, I just want the pain to go away.
And it's a horrible pain. That's very true. Like, I didn't want to die. The pain was unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
And it just was so ongoing every day, 24/7. Yeah. I didn't want to, and I don't remember any of that, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But I would never put my family through that,
If you were in the right mind.
I wasn't in the right mind. I was definitely in like a insane.
It's almost like a
mindset.
psychosis.
Yeah,
Like
I
you're
think so.
deep in it and you can't even think for yourself.
Right, because I've always said I would never do that to my family. Never do
And
that.
I think that's what other people think.
Oh, yeah.
I think like, oh, how could you do that? It's
Yeah.
like, but you wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
In your right mind, you would never do something like that. And we know that.
Right.
That's why nobody's mad at you or upset with you.
No.
Or
Right.
we know that the person that you are would never do that.
Right.
To yourself, especially, and then like to other people.
Right.
It's just something that you can't control.
Right.
It's a chemical imbalance, and there's these thoughts in your head that are entering these intrusive thoughts that are telling you, like, oh, this is what's going to make it better, and
Yeah.
do this, and you'll feel better, and it's just not.
Yeah, it was definitely a chemical imbalance, and it wasn't me. It wasn't me at all.
No.
That's what's so freaking. It's scary as hell just thinking about that, because sometimes I think about that and it scares the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, well, will that happen again? And that's just like overwhelming fear.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. But I am doing great, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The fear of the unknown, if it will come back,
Right.
is scary.
It is really, really scary. Yeah.
I think now, though, we're in such a better place of, like, reading you.
Right.
And knowing, I think now, too, it's probably frustrating for you. We're always like, are you okay?
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, but I understand.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, you gotta tell us, because that was the other thing, too, before. We'd always be like, are you okay? And you'd lie and say, yeah, and then we would believe you, and then we ended up in a really terrible situation twice.
Yeah.
So then it's like, it's just going to take us a long time to trust you again.
Oh,
Believe
yeah.
what you're saying.
I know. I understand that.
Like, really kind of be on your ass. Like, just yesterday,
totally get it.
I was like, you're kind of quiet. Are you okay?
I know.
You're like, I'm fine. I'm like,
I
still
know.
don't know if I believe you, but okay.
I know.
It's really, really
And
hard.
then if you don't answer your phone, I'll call back within a minute.
Yeah, well, that's like yesterday we had two different guests stop by, and I saw you texting, and I'm like literally like, I'm like, I have to text her back. I know she's gonna freak out if we don't answer,
Yeah.
especially if both of us don't answer, and we're together. I was like, I'm just petting. I'm like, excuse me.
It is. It's like, it is PTSD.
Like, I'm not being rude, but I really need to
I need to answer her. She's gonna call within 2 minutes if we don't. So,
Yeah, we still track your location.
oh
Especially
yeah.
if you don't answer, I'm like, where is she at?
I bet. Yeah.
And even if you are home, it's still a scary feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
she's home, but yeah.
Oh, Mike does the same thing. Mike is gone or whatever, and just go to the grocery store. And one time I got just to take a shower, and he happened to call at the exact second
Oh, no.
in the shower. And then I hurried up and got out real quick, and he's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm fine. I was just in the shower. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I didn't answer that. Yeah.
Yeah, for a while probably.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're in a much better place, and next episode we'll talk about the ECT, and I think
Yes.
that's something that also can hopefully put you at ease a little bit,
Okay.
knowing that it is a chemical imbalance and that is helping the chemical imbalance. Like
Right.
the fear of, oh, will it come back? But
Right.
having that treatment specific for depression and, you know,
Right.
that hopefully helps your mind a little bit,
Okay.
knowing that chemically it was getting better.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, that's very true, because I didn't have the ECTs before.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
You
just,
You stayed in the hospital for 9 days this
yes.
time because of the ECT. You had a couple
Mm-hmm.
while
I was there.
Yeah.
and they really wanted to watch you and see how your body reacted to the first couple ECTs
Okay.
before we weren't even ready for you to go home with that.
No.
I think you need to stay longer.
Yeah.
That was pretty terrifying, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was definitely a scary day, and just thankful again that you made it out of it alive, and
Very.
you're doing a lot better now. But yeah, I think it's just, I know it's difficult, but anybody that's struggling really needs to open up and talk about it.
Yes.
Because I know that was a struggle for you too,
Yes, it
to
was.
tell us, but it's like, you have to, because there's no way for us to help or know what to do if you're not vocal about it. And I know it's really hard to open up, but just know there's always somebody there
Right.
to listen.
Oh, I know you guys are always there. I have a great support system, thank God.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are always there for me, whether if I want to talk about it or, I mean, you guys know too.
Yeah.
What I look like. Or,
Yeah, we know you're normal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's the thing too that we have to remember is like you're allowed to have like a off day.
Yeah.
Everybody has off days, but I think when you have an off day, it's like, okay,
Oh, it's
how many off days in a row are we gonna
exactly.
have?
Yeah.
It's like she's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm just like hanging out. I'm like, okay.
Because it's been 4 months now.
Yeah.
And I'm still healing. I know
Right.
in my mind that sometimes I get just tired or down or whatever, and I have to remember I'm still in the healing process.
Totally.
So I'm still not 100%,
Right.
but I mean, it's hard going through some trauma like that and have to relive that in your mind every single day of what I did. And I have to realize, you know, it's still processing. It's still healing. And I'm still getting back to me.
Yeah. It's just part of your story.
It is. It's definitely part of my story now.
And healing is never linear.
Right.
You know, you're gonna have days where it's really good and
Right.
lower days, and that's just how it goes.
Right. Exactly.
And that's okay.
It is. It is. I just have to realize that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not feel so guilty about what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 988 is always an option for
988.
anybody struggling. It's not 811.
Oh, that is so awful.
One day Jen called me, one of our many phone calls, and she was talking about how you were talking to somebody else, right? About somebody else struggling.
Yeah.
And Jen goes, no. And Jen was all proud of herself. She was telling me this story like, and I told them, you know, if you're ever struggling, you can always call 811. And she just keeps talking, and I'm like, what? They're like, Jen. I'm like, yeah. I said, 811 is who you call before you dig. 811. I don't think they're going to be.
I go, oh my God, should I call him?
It's 988.
988.
You're calling 811 suicidal. Well, how deep are you digging? 6 feet.
Oh, that was one of the days. It was a hard day, and then you were cracking me up. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh my God. I was like,
Let's
I told him 811.
I probably should call them. No, it's not 811.
Oh my God.
There's people on the phone and be like, "Why are you going? Yeah."
Oh my God. Why would you call 811?
Anytime I'm driving past an 811, I just like lose it. I'm like, oh, those poor people. I hope they never called 811.
No,
That Jen lady gives terrible advice.
I'm not a therapist. I am no therapist.
So yes, 988.
Suicide hotline. Yes.
Yes.
So call them. They're there 24/7. I have called them before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You call them and you message them. You can like text them too, kind of. It's like an online chat thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Very important.
There's always somebody to listen,
yes.
whether it's a stranger. Sometimes it's nice to just tell anybody.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, I totally
Gotta
agree.
get it
Sometimes
out.
it's easier talking to a stranger sometimes. At
Yeah.
First time. Yeah. And then they're,
Well,
well,
that was a tough episode. How are you feeling during all of that?
doing okay. Yeah. Doing okay. It is rough. It's always tough to hear, but it's therapy. I think it's good for all of us, not just me, myself. But it's just, it's still unbelievable. I'm gonna say that every episode.
Yes.
It's still unbelievable
Oh, yeah.
that happened. And
Yeah.
something I'm gonna live with forever, so I just
Part of your
talk
story.
about it, and I hope others can feel more open about it too, because don't be ashamed of it. It's harder, easier said than done, but you should not be ashamed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, more than we know, struggle with mental health issues daily, and
Mm-hmm.
just find somebody to talk to and be open. So yeah,
Well, I'm very glad you're still here.
me too.
too. Thanks for
So
not
I'm
dying.
so
Thanks.
yeah, thank you. We'll talk about more about the ECTs in the next episode.
Yes.
Get into that.
All the craziness of the
Oh my
ECTs.
Yes, exactly.
There was a lot of crazy, that's for sure.
Oh, I've heard a little.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
guys. See you soon.
Take care of your mental health, everybody.
Definitely. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.